Former fashion mogul Peter Nygard has agreed to fast-track the extradition process. He will skip a court hearing and go straight to Canada's Minister of Justice, who will decide if he should be surrendered to the United States on human trafficking charges. CBC's Caroline Bargut was in court in Winnipeg and has this story.
Morning.
Peter Nygard didn't come to court in person. Instead, he appeared by video from Headingley Correctional Centre, a provincial jail just outside Winnipeg, where he's been held in custody for the past 9 months. CBC and other media outlets won the right to have cameras in the courtroom for the hearing. The United States wants him extradited to New York to stand trial for a number of alleged offences, including sex trafficking. Court heard Nygard agreed to speed up the extradition process and signed the papers last night. Manitoba Court of Queen's Bench Chief Justice Glenn Joyal asked him if he understood what that meant.
You will not be surrendered until the expiry of 30 days, and that you have the right to appeal the order that's now been granted, and you also have the contemporaneous right to apply for judicial interim release or bail. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Instead of drawing out the court process, Nygard has consented to committal, meaning his case goes straight to Canada's Minister of Justice, who will decide if the 80-year-old should be sent to the U.S.
This has taken a tremendous toll on him, so we can only assume that he's not going to get any better, at least in the short term.
Nygard's lawyers say agreeing to fast-track the process does not mean he's admitting to any wrongdoing.
Mr. Nygard denies any allegations of criminal conduct. He denies any suggestion that he engaged in conduct for which he should be charged criminally.
While Nygard was in court this morning, news broke that Toronto police had issued an arrest warrant for him on new charges of sexual assault and forcible confinement related to 6 accusers. These are the only Canadian sex charges he's facing.
When I got the news that the charges were being pursued in Toronto, I cried with joy for my fellow sister victims. It was a triumph for all of us.
Former model Casey Allen is one of 8 women who filed sex assault complaints with the Winnipeg police last year.
To learn that the Toronto police and court system found 6 victims in Toronto to be more credible and charge-worthy than the 8 Winnipeg victims is a disgrace.
The Minister of Justice not only has to determine whether Nygard should be extradited to the U.S., the minister will also have to decide if he should stand trial in Canada first. In the meantime, Nygard can once again apply for bail. Caroline Bargut, CBC News, Winnipeg.